It's Wednesday, folks, which means there is another snapshot out for the Minecraft 1.20 update. Snapshot 22w44a released this morning, and we're going to be going over all the changes, including a rather massive change to how monster spawners work. But first, folks, my name is Speaker4, and I'm going to be covering the entire 1.20 update cycle. So if you want to see more of that, make sure you like this video so it gets a little bit of spread, and subscribe, because I'll be posting these every Wednesday. Now, starting out first, all forms of bamboo that were added in the last snapshot were actually burnable in a furnace, except for bamboo mosaic, which has now actually been fixed. This means that bamboo is probably going to be one of the best renewable sources of fuel for furnaces, especially if you can get a automatic bamboo farm set up. In addition to that, the lovely redstone interactable chiseled bookshelves that were added are now interactable with hoppers. That means if you put books in a hopper, it can dispense them into the chiseled bookshelf. Oh, I was so confused. It's going straight through. So if I perhaps broke this, then you would see it fill up. And as you can see with that other hopper, they do drain out. Yeah, they do actually drain out. This has a ton of implication for redstone, and could potentially be an excellent way to send secret messages to your friends with a bookshelf and hoppers situation. Actually, that reminds me, can you actually put a book and quill in here? I hadn't thought about it, but I have now. Oh, you can. That's actually really interesting. What are you looking at, huh, punk? Okay, this fellow right here brings me to a couple changes in the creative inventory. For one thing, we had iron golem spawn eggs added, as well as snow golem spawn eggs, and a couple of spawn eggs you can't actually get in your creative inventory. However, if you do have operator privileges, meaning you're in creative mode in a single player world, or you're opt on a server, you can do this little command right here. /give Minecraft Ender Dragon spawn egg. And wither spawn egg. Which, by the way, I love how they look. Actually, I like pretty much how all the new spawn eggs have looked in the newly sorted tabs. And as you can see, monster spawners are here, and they're a little different. Let's actually address that. So, some of you may know that if you had a default monster spawner placed down, or if you were lucky enough to find one in your world glitched out, it would spawn pigs automatically. It would be default set to pigs. In fact, it would look a lot like that. However, with the newest snapshot, that's no longer the case. So, unfortunately, it means you won't be able to obtain a glitched out pig spawner in survival. But it means something very interesting. For one thing, this could be used in actual creative mode building projects. I could see it being a little dungeon window bars type of deal, or maybe just some decoration with lights placed behind it. However, you can place the new spawn eggs in here, including the iron golem, and I'm assuming the snow golem. Oh, that actually looks so funny. What are do they spawn? Hello? Are you spawning? As you can see, the the iron golem spawning does, oh my god. The iron golem spawning definitely works. Oh, and the snow golem spawning does too. I'm actually gonna break that before they get too many. Now, the real question is, will the Ender Dragon spawn egg and monster spawner work? I'm skeptical, yet intrigued. Oh, he's in there. He's so small. That's actually so funny. All right, come on. Spawn. I'm so sorry. Oh, they're fighting. Oh, that's actually so funny. Wait, it's kind of weird that the snow golem goes for him, but the iron golem doesn't. That's actually really weird. I wonder why that is. Oh, no, I think he is actually going for it. You know what? I suddenly have had a horrible idea. What if I just filled all these with Ender Dragon spawn eggs? Let's swap a couple of these with Snow Golem. Wait, where are you? Are they fighting? Are they fighting? This is actually so funny. Will the Wither actually spawn? I didn't think the Ender Dragon would, but I'm kind of hoping the Wither will. Maybe because it's hostile, it needs to be night. Okay, I can't get Wither to spawn. Oh my god, I spoke too soon. We're breaking that. My world's gonna lag out so much. I'm gonna be real, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. This is actually so cursed. I wonder what would happen if I set my game mode to... That's like a Wither Hydra. I wonder what would happen if I set my game mode to survival. Anyone coming after me? No? Oh. I have been launched. Well, that could have gone better. You know what? we're just gonna walk away from this real quick. There's actually been a bunch of, I am not far enough away, I don't think. There's also been a bunch of game rule changes, which is something that hasn't happened in a while to my knowledge. In terms of explosion, they added 3 game rules: block explosion, drop decay, mob explosion, drop decay, and TNT explosion, drop decay. Now, that sounded complicated, but what it means is actually pretty simple. Normally when TNT goes off in your Minecraft world, it drops every single block that it explodes. As you can see them all there. If I pick up all those blocks, it will be the exact number that was destroyed. This is block explosion drop decay set to false, which means every block drops itself. Creepers, however, when they explode, actually don't drop every single block they blow up. As you can see, that was all that was dropped. That is when the mob explosion drop decay is set to true, which means that it won't drop all your blocks. It'll only drop a random selection of what the actual blocks were. There's also a game rule called snow accumulation height, which actually changes the default height that snow layers can accumulate on the ground. If it's set to 0, no snow forms at all, and if it's set to 8, then snow stacks up to a full block length. In addition to that, normally when you fill in a 2x2 block of water, it forms an infinite water source, which means I can select water from here pretty much infinitely. Now with lava, you can't do that. As you can see, that's just flowing lava, not a source block. However, with 2 new game rules that have been added, water source conversion and lava source conversion, you can actually set this to true or false. For example, if I set this to true, theoretically, if I do this now, this should turn into a infinite lava source block, which is something we've never had in the game, dripstone and cauldrons notwithstanding, and I think is insanely cool. Before we get into the bug fixes, there is one final game rule that's been added called global sound events. Now normally when you spawn a wither or fight the ender dragon to enter the end portal, I wonder if they're still over here. Yep, they are. Normally the sound of that can be heard by every single player. Don't come up towards me. But if you set this game rule to false, then that will no longer be the case. It will only be heard by you. Now, real quickly, let's get into a couple of the bugs, just the major ones. I don't feel like going into all of them, but I will link the changelog down below so you guys can go look at it if you want. There's a couple blocks, such as lily pads, that were using the incorrect sounds. Turtles didn't have a breeding delay, and certain walking animations, such as frogs and camels, were not slowed when slow falling was applied to them. I'll link to the changelog down below if you're interested in the bugs. But folks, my name has been Speaker 4, and if you got this far, why don't you like the video and leave a comment telling me what you think about the new mob spawner. If you want to see more Minecraft 1.20 update content, then check out this video right here where I talk about the secret shield update that they sneaked into the last snapshot. My name has been Speaker 4, and I will catch you on the flip side. Later.